Welcome to the podcast, Life of Emerald. We all have mental and physical health. You know, they go both hand in hand, they're connected. Have we as society stigmatized mental health to our detriment? Let's talk about it. You're listening to the podcast, Life of Emerald. I'm your host, Kate. We're a spiritual organization empowering millennials and Generation X to stand up to the universal truth grounded in oneness with creation based on love, peace, harmony. Be true to yourself. We balance the science and spirituality, modern innovation, and ancient wisdom. Shall we normalize mental health in 2022? This is a global movement. Make mental health normal again. Our honorable guest today is Arijit. He is a serial entrepreneur, technologist, angel investor, public speaker, business matchmaking expert, government advisor, artist, author, community builder since 2010, game programmer, virtual reality specialist, AI evangelist, blockchain specialist, and globe trotter. He has 2 decades of experience in financing technology. Arijit is a technologist, artist, comics, story writer, and superhero creator with a rare combination of finance and digital banking. He is an international record holder in technology and finance. He has helped 6,000 startups to start their venture, helped as mentor in 90 plus countries, with 23 years experience in technology, finance, art, and SDG. 12 million networking connection business followers from 95 countries. Wow. I'm proud to introduce and interview serial entrepreneur, angel investor, and community builder, Arijit. Welcome, Arijit. I'm open to learn with you today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kate, for the beautiful introduction. It's an honor to be here in your podcast.
It's a beautiful thing you do in the world. So let's get right into it. Arijit, we're talking about mental health. So what is your view on mental health in general?
Okay. For me, mental health is really, really important in today's world. And as per my understanding goes, I call myself as a just be like water. So mental health for me is without having any shape, without having any color, without having any kind of thought, whether it is good or bad, just be in the flow and understand how to become the flow for the world. So that's my small understanding about mental health.
You mentioned water, and there's a flow. The water has a quality of adaptability and flow. Could you say a little bit more about your experience pertaining to mental health, which has shaped your life view today, and gently tied to the word water?
Sure. Well, as you know, I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I have been running businesses for the last 23 plus years. I will enter into 24th year of my venture, or rather business, in the month of March. So it's been just within 1 month, it will become 24 years of experience. So while running multiple different ventures, I come across various different kind of people who try to think differently. They are sometimes aggressive, they are sometimes angry, some people are sad, some people are happy. I recruit people for quite a long number of times. So when I look at the world, I always try to understand the perspective of a person mentally, whether the person is okay for the adapting everything, almost everything. And when you don't react with all those kind of adoption, what happens? You learn more and you become wiser day in and day out. These things coming from ancient technologies, these knowledge is actually coming from very, very old kind of technology that we possess for thousands of years. So the way I look at anybody, I never ever look at someone as a potential customer. I never ever look at someone as a potential partner. I look at a human being just like another human being, and then start exploring whether we can do something good or whether we can do something cool together. In my opinion, when you try to become like water, everything is good. You cannot expect an artist with a paintbrush just to have a gun in their hand and become a military person. Okay. The artist is good in their own art format. So they are great when they are creating something. They are always creator. Now there will be some another person who is probably act as a protector. And there will be people who needs to again and in a different format. That's what I mean as becoming like water. That's what I have been following for last, I think, 23 plus years while doing several number of business and keeping my calm in my own way. When you run a business, when you do your own work, whether professionally or whether just as your hobby, if the passion is there, then work becomes fun. And in mental health, this is really, really important to understand your passion and your compassion towards the world. So when you start loving the nature, you will understand that water sometimes means very, very calm. But when time requires, you need to become a tsunami so that you can destroy all the negative parts inside your neurons, inside your brains, inside your mind, and become fresh. Again, become calm. That's what I always try to follow to keep calm myself. And if you ask me, Kate, to be very honest, I do a different level of meditation. I do heavyweight workout. That's one part of my life where I always try to put all my agonies, all my, you can say, different kind of negative thoughts towards those weights rather than towards human. So what happens? Your anger becomes completely calm. You become sorted out inside. And when you start working, you never ever become angry. You never ever try to see someone as a negative thought process person. I'll give you a live example if you allow me. Once I had an email from one bank making a statement that someone has applied in their bank to get a job and he placed my name as a reference. So just they wanted to cross-check that person, whether I know him or not very well. So it was a little bit of surprising for me because I really, really don't know that person. I never heard about that gentleman. So what I did, I took that information from the bank. I cross-checked that fellow. I found that that fellow is following in my social media, in my LinkedIn. We never talk to each other. I don't know that person. But I pinged that gentleman and say that you referred my name while applying for a job. But we never spoke. I mean, how exactly you just referred my name as a reference while applying for the job. So he shared his number, said that, can we have a talk instead of chat? I immediately called that person. Sometimes chatting doesn't show you your mindset. So we started talking. I realized that he really needs that job. He's jobless. His family is in very bad shape. He was totally clueless what to do in life. He got that opportunity. He got all the certifications, but he don't have anyone to refer. So he just picked up my name because I'm at least a known person in the industry. So he can refer my name for a job application. I understood his family background, understood the gentleman, understood that person. And a call came from my own self that I should help this person. So I gave a reply to the bank that yes, the reference is fine. I had a talk with that person, even though we never spoke earlier, but I cross-verified that gentleman. You can go ahead. The fellow got the job. He sent me multiple different voice message and calls and smileys and all after getting the job. It gives you a mental pleasure. So I could have done it different. Like I could have said, no, I don't know this fellow. But I felt it is a need of a human to understand someone. He is not doing any crime. He's just referring my name without knowing me, probably. So maybe there is a need. So we don't know the other part of the story, opposite side of the table. So as a human being, my suggestion always goes like this. Always try to understand a person from his perspective. It may happen that I am right in my perspective, but it may happen that person is also right in their own perspective. That's what I mean, Kate, to become like water. And that's what I mean, Kate, to become compensate and probably handshake with humanity.
Well, that's a deep story. It's a one of compassion, leadership, and taking perspectives of people who are less fortunate. Wow, beautiful. And I imagine it did impact his mental health in many ways. So our next question, it pertains to you, and thanks for that story. What has helped you get through mental health challenges, if there was any incidents?
Okay. To be very honest, since my childhood, I'm a sports person and I'm an artist. So I don't know whether this answer will help your audience or not. But since childhood, I'm like this. I'm always like try to keep calm in myself. So as a sports person, as a soccer ball player, or sometimes when I do workout or when I go for my own trainings and all those kind of thought that comes in human mind, we are all human. So of course, there are positive thoughts and negative thoughts. I try to talk to myself always. I always talk to myself in 2, 3 different perspectives. One perspective, me as a me. Second perspective, from the third person's persona. And the third perspective is myself. So I learned a way to define me and myself in 2 different ways. Me means my name, my surname, my positions. Myself means I don't have a name, I don't have a surname, I don't have a position, I am nameless, I don't have any kind of entity in the vast universe, I'm just a small dot. So if I don't have anything, how do I look at a situation? Second option, when I'm me, with all the positions, with all the powers, with all those kind of strength, how will I tackle that situation? The third perspective, how world look at me. So in social media, I never ever put something which cannot be solved in social media. Doesn't make any sense, right? One perspective. Second, if I have to talk to my, maybe someone, maybe my friend, if I'm really, really disturbed about him or her, I always try to go direct. I never ever put such kind of things to the public. That makes much more things easier. And another probably perspective, if you want me to share, I love to spend time with myself. When I write a story, when I draw, I would love to share my drawings with you once, Kit. Drawing for me is not only a drawing, but my expression of my emotions. So that's how I can reveal all those kind of emotions of life. So my meaning, my name is Arijit. So this name means the person who win all the enemy. So people's enemies are 5: Kam, Krodh, Love, Moh, and Matshariya. These are Sanskrit, but these are mainly the main enemy of human being. I don't know whether I have win all those 5 enemies or not, but I'm trying my best to become better human being, if that answers your question.
Yeah, I mean, you did more than what I asked for. So the 5 words, are they the Sanskrit words? What are they in translation? Are they equivalent to some emotions in English?
I am trying to give you that.
Cool. It feels like you are a spiritual man in business world. Wow, amazing.
Krodh means anger. Calm means desire for woman. Love means desire for more. I need everything. I need money. Moh means I have desire for luxury. I have desire for things which is probably more attractive in mortal world. But sometimes people forget that it doesn't actually make any sense until unless you are totally connected with nature. So there are these kind of meanings actually. These are the factors which is probably dragging human mind into complete negativity rather than becoming positive.
Well, those are interesting insights, because when we go back to the ancient way of living, we know that going back to nature is actually biologically healthy for us in our minds and body. And so thanks for sharing that, Arijit. Do you have a go-to strategy for calming your mind instantly? So when I hear you say, connecting back to the nature, I see you sort of, hugging a tree, like a redwood tree. What do you do to calm your mind instantly?
Beautiful question, Kate. Well, the secret for me is I always look at a tree when there is a different situation in front of me. I try to convey my message towards my neurons, towards the trees that I can see in the nature. Example, sometimes I become really, really angry. It may happen. I'm a human, right? I'm not a monk. I'm not a saint, right? I am not there yet that I will never ever become angry. Well, in life, I sometimes get those anger, but I learned the way not to use that anger when I'm taking a decision. I never ever decide when I'm angry. Number one. Number two, if I am angry, I stop speaking. I don't talk. I don't talk. What I do, I just chant few of the slokas and try to reveal those anger. And yes, what I do sometimes when I'm back in home, sometimes I shout to reveal that anger from me and become a little bit of calm. So that's my way of doing things. It may be right, it may be wrong. I'm not perfect, but this is my way of revealing all those kind of negative thoughts or anger from my mind.
Mm. That sounds like you have figured out a constructive ways to process anger. And I love that, not talking when we're angry, because sometimes when we're angry and when I'm talking out of anger, the words I may regret it later. So that's brilliant. And going into meditation and chanting, I recently found many Indian chants like Om for Ganesha, Om Ganesha, or there's a Hanuman mantra.
Yeah.
These are really helpful to process the emotion. And I'm active on Clubhouse, and I play these chants for people to just listen and be calm. And they tell me that these chants have an effect to calming their emotions. Well, thanks for bringing the ancient methodology out here, Arijit. So before you go,
If you are doing such kind of Sanskrit sloka, Kate, I would love to tell you something like when you enchant Hanuman Chalisa, Sri Guru Charan Saraj Raja Nija Mun Mukhar Sudhari, or if you are going for any kind of enchant, I would love to share you something because you know Hanuman Chalisa. I would love to give you one sloka and for your audience. Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, Mrittorma Amritangamaya, Abiravirma Yedhi, Rudra Yatye Dakshinang Mukham, Tenamang Pahi Nityam. So this is very easy to understand. Asatoma Sadgamaya means from Asatya, meaning the lies. From lies, take me towards truth. Tamasoma Yotirgamaya, from darkness, take me towards light. Mrittorma Amritangamaya, don't become a dead body, become a mortal who can do something cool and great in life. So the meaning of the entire sloka is actually going towards the positivity. So when you enchant these small sloka from Sanskrit, these are really beautiful. And if you go for Ganesh mantra, or probably, I love Shiva, to be very honest. And when you say that Omkar or Om is the ultimate truth in the universe. Forget about religions. Om means the entire concept of creation, destruction, and protection. That's how you get 1, 2, and 3. Creation, destruction, and protection. That's the symbol of Om. Okay, you see 3 different circle created Om. That's the meaning. And apart from this, you will not find anything in the entire universe. If you drink a tea, Kate, to drink tea, you need tea leaves. These tea leaves are from some tree. You plucked it, you actually destroyed it, and then you processed it as a tea leaf. You boil it in the water, you created a new thing, which is again tea. You consume it, it becomes energy in your body. So this is a cycle, it always goes on. So the person who needs to understand that these cycles are continuous. You cannot break it. So better to be in this cycle rather than try to destroy this cycle. That's what I feel that you are also doing day in and day out. When you are teaching people about mental health, you are actually giving energy to them. And these people who are getting it, they are consuming and then they are giving it back to you as well. So it is becoming another cycle.
Yeah, maybe we should add in your bio, spiritual guru.
I don't know. I never thought to do that. I just possess this.
Arijit, so we have another question. What is your 6-word story you'd like our audience to take home with them today?
6 words. Okay. I would say only one word. Just protect your own life. That's more than enough to create a healthy world. If you are protecting your life, in that way, you will protect a lot many others. You cannot sustain alone.
Yeah, I went to a shamanic retreat in Mount Shasta, and the shaman taught us that our health is has a correlation to the planetary health. So I think what you're saying is by protecting yourself, getting healthy, do mindful activity, take care of yourself is really helping people around you and the world, actually. Cool.
True.
That's how I take it.
Kate, actually, when you take care of yourself, that means you need to take care of the nature as well. You are not outside of the nature. When you're taking care of yourself, that means you will take care of the land, you will take care of the tree, you will take care of other animals. Otherwise, you cannot stay alone. So taking care of yourself, meaning taking care of the world.
I agree. Well, okay. So how do our audience get in touch with you, Arijit?
Well, they can definitely follow me in my Insta. It's ARIJITIN, or they can follow me in Twitter, ARIJITGAMES. That's my Twitter handle. And feel free to Google me. All my social media handles like Facebook, LinkedIn, and other social media are there listed in Google. It's ARIJIT space BHATTACHARYYA. If you Google me, you will find my website. It's called arijitbhattacharya.com. There is a contact us page. You can get in touch with me. I would love to help or get in touch or discuss anything cool that is possible.
Wow, what a pleasure having you on board here. Arijit, I appreciate you being here and speaking about mental health, spirituality in the business sector as well. It is a much needed message for our entrepreneurs and people listening in. So thank you for joining us today. We are empowering millennials and Generation X to stand up to what's normal. I appreciate your time and insights, Arijit. This is an episode series, Make Mental Health Normal Again with Life of Emerald, advocating for listeners like you. For more information, subscribe to our community Instagram page at lifeofemerald_. Finally, find us on LinkedIn at Life of Emerald. Till next time, take care. Bye.
Bye.